Hello, my loves. Hello, hello. So this is the other half of the sex one-on-one talk. When I talked about the topic of sex, I was supposed to have another video, but it wasn't. It was encrypted. I don't know how, but I was upset because that was a good ass video. Some good ass content. But this is on the this is like the second episode. Okay, so the second episode of sex one-on-one. Um, like I said, it is a really touchy topic. Let me go ahead and drink, okay? So I don't know. I'm still iffy about pulling cards because usually when I talk about these serious topics, I don't like to put the cards in it. Okay, I don't like to play. I don't have to. Play with the energies of the cards because they do nothing but just confirm everything. But I don't know. Maybe I should, but like I said, sex is definitely one of those acts that requires consent. I do believe that it is an act of, it's a sacred act to me. Okay, to me, it is a sacred act. Not to everyone else. Some people have the ability to remove their emotions when it comes to sex and just, just go straight forward. And that can sometimes be a little damaging to the emotional state. Um, like I said, we all experience sex because it is a part of life in some way in our lives, whether it is self pleasure or it involves other people. Some of us have definitely been introduced to it at certain ages, okay? Some people are introduced to it, forcefully against their will, whether they're sold into sex trafficking or they are sexually abused as a child. And that can definitely be damaging to a person as they grow older, as they mature, okay? Because sometimes cause a lot of stagnation and, um, cause a person to be undeveloped, okay? Emotionally and sometimes mentally. It does something, okay? It is an act that I feel like I said, is sacred. It should definitely be some sort of consent involved. Um, some people, I do know some people personally who has been introduced to it at a young age, okay, who delved into it at a young age, who now kind of struggle with intimacy, who kind of get sex mixed up with intimacy and love, okay. I do believe you can separate those things because there are two different things. Intimacy doesn't always have to be of the body, the physical body. It could be mentally, okay, a stimulation mentally or emotionally, all right? Connecting with another human being, connecting with another person, or even other things, okay? Finding intimacy with animals sometimes, connecting with your pets and things like that. That is true intimacy. Um, the sex is a part of intimacy, but not the focal point of intimacy, okay? If you kind of understand what I'm saying. Um, like I said, some people have been introduced to it at a young age, and it can sometimes cause disruptions in as far as emotional growth and mental growth, where they develop a sexual addiction to pleasure. Okay, sometimes feeling like the only way they can get pleasure out of life is to be stimulated sexually constantly. Um, and you can see that in a lot of cases with pedophiles, okay? They have been violated and introduced to sex at an early age, not understanding the consequences that come with it, or not understanding the purpose of it, okay? Because honestly, a lot of people might not agree with me on this one, but I do know that sex was created for procreation, okay? Um, but we as humans, we learn to find pleasure in it, extracurricular pleasure in that, okay? And it can be a pleasurable thing, but it can also be dangerous. It's like I said, some people have used sex to um, control others, okay? To emotionally control others, to manipulate others emotionally and mentally, and also They can do it, use sex to get what they want financially. Sex is one of those things that are going to be a little taboo to really speak on, to really talk about. Why is it that they have every time I do these videos, I swear it's always a siren going off or something. I'm gonna wait. Okay, I think it's done. But sex can definitely be used as a weapon, um, or a way to get money, you know, the porn industry. It's definitely going to be one of those taboo topics that not a lot of people like to talk about, but it's there. It's like the elephant in the room. Like, it's there. You can't miss this. This is a part of life. This is a part of our existence. We wouldn't be here without the act of sex, okay? So, you know, and for those who feel really uncomfortable, there's too many who feel really uncomfortable speaking on this topic. You're just gonna feel uncomfortable, okay? It's not intentional to hurt anyone else, to make them feel squeamish, or to trigger them, because, like I said, some people have had bad experiences with sex. People have been raped before, you know. Like I said, sold into child trafficking, molested. Um, or just really taken advantage of by an older person, by an adult, okay? Yes, Orion, Stargate of Orion, Orion's belt. It is a constellation. It's more information about this, but um, what this has to do with sex, I'm not going to tell you yet, okay? Um, but like I said, a lot of people have been going through. Some people, okay, um, could have went through a really bad experience with sex, or it's a lot of taboo things, and a lot of negative things that come with their perception of sex. Who knows, you know? That's why you have so many families who don't like to talk about those things, who don't like to talk about sexual abuse within the family. That is one of those things that, like I said, I do want to go deep in on, but today it's just not going to be one of them. But if you have children, if you have youngsters, and you are an elder, or if you are an elder, if you're an elder and you have youngsters, really ask yourself how important it is to inform them and school them on that topic, okay? Would you rather for them to learn it from someone else, learn it from going out there prematurely, immaturely, putting themselves in situations, or circumstances that that can cause a lot of harm? Or would you rather tell them? Yeah, it's uncomfortable to talk about, but it would be the best, okay? They would get the most out of it if you would actually sit down with them and talk to them about it, okay? The consequences of those acts, okay, of that activity. Um, what to expect, what to look out for, okay, in order to protect themselves. Because a lot of things come with it, STDs and all, pregnancies, and how to deal with those. Sex should be something that any person, okay, should be mentally and emotionally ready for before they actually get into it. It's not just a physical act. It can definitely bring on a lot of conflict emotionally and mentally if you are not ready or stable, okay? And that is a straight fact. That is a truth. It's been proven, okay? And this rooted light, all right? I do feel like the more you know, okay, the more a person knows, okay, the more our youngsters know about sex, the more information they get, the more they can stay protected, okay? You have to, in some way, be the light, that rooted light for them to come to and get information from, okay? If you are an elder, if you have children, if you have young people who look up to you, because you can definitely be a teacher also. Um, Maybe a ed teacher, a sex education teacher. Okay, I think I had it in school when I was in ninth and 10th grade. I had sex ed. Okay, I don't feel like they taught us enough of what to deal with when it comes to the mental and emotional consequences when we interact with other people and we engage in that activity. Okay, the activity of sex. Um, it wasn't really taught, and I do feel like I said the school can do but so much. That's why it is important for our families, okay, to talk about those things, and talk to our children about what to expect and what not to expect when it comes to relatives, okay, and things like that, because not enough parents prepare their children for the world and what might come from the world. I do understand you want to let your children maintain their innocence for as long as you want them to know their innocence or keep their innocence, but you have to school them on the world, because baby, life is unexpected and it will come, okay? So definitely prepare your children for what to expect, even if you have 3 and 4 year olds. I have a small child myself, and it is uncomfortable for some people around me, but I definitely have to protect my child by telling him, and no one touches you down there, okay? No one touches you in a certain way. This is what to expect from other adults, even if they're family, even if it's, auntie, uncle, sister, brother, father, even mothers, okay? You definitely have to tell children what to expect and what not to expect to keep them protected and keep them safe. It is up to us to keep them safe, to be that guiding light for them, because I'm definitely seeing that. When I get the blues, I do think of intuitive empaths, healers, guides, okay? Being that rooted rod, that rooted light for your children to come to seek when they want to know certain information. Why not, This money is definitely, I said this money, this world is ran on money and sex and power, okay? Some people definitely use sex for power and to gain money, and they use that money to get more power. Like I said, it is really that uncomfortable taboo topic that causes a lot of controversy. But as far as when it comes to children, when it comes to the young generation, we have to make sure, we have to make it our duty to teach them these things, to prepare them for these things, to make this one of those topics that should be openly discussed, okay, amongst the world. All right. So if you are a youngster and you feel like you don't have enough information on certain topics like this, don't feel afraid to ask someone older or mature, someone who is open-minded and willing to give you this information, okay? Before you delve into it, make sure you are well prepared, okay? And make sure you are open and willing to actually learn from your elders, okay, and what people have to say, or what others can teach you on the subject, okay? All I'm saying is that when it comes to sex, you must be protected in every way, okay? So this is, like I said, this is the other half. If you guys are coming from, Instagram, okay? This is the second half. This is the second episode on Sex 101. All right. So I definitely want to dive in deep on other subtopics of sex, okay, what to expect, okay, and things like that, because I do I sometimes I had to run into this topic uh with relatives, okay, with nieces and nephews. They don't want to hear it, but it has to be said, and I'd rather for them to hear it from me if they don't get it from their mother, rather than them go out and actually engage in it and get themselves in some crazy stuff that they're going to regret, okay? So this is all about, like I said, me empowering our youngsters, educating our youngsters and keeping them safe, because they are our future, okay? So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for becoming a patron of mine. And also, if you want to see more content like this, like I said, if you are watching this from Insta, please, consider becoming a patron of mine, okay? I will have a lot of info and a lot of content on these type of topics and other juicy topics, okay? So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.